Good morning everyone, it's Circus Stu here from Circus Skills York, and it's bathroom time. So that's why I got this on, but I don't actually need it on for this minute, so I'm going to take this off and we're going to have a bathroom theme today. So we're going to be looking at things like rubber ducks and toothbrushes, what we can do with those, and we might have a look at some flannels as well. You can have lots of fun with flannels if you hadn't known. So we're going to start off with some gentle warm-ups, because the nice thing about having baths is that they tend to be relaxing, and most people quite like bathrooms for that reason. It's a relaxing place. So let's have a really relaxing warm-up today, I hope. So we're just going to stretch up, nice and high, stretch down, stretch back up, stretch down. You might want to try and touch your toes, and come back up, and then stretch to the side, stretch to the front, try stretching to the back. Now we're going to stretch one way with one hand and the other way with the other hand. So if we like that, okay? Try it the other way around, like that. And stretch. You can do it in time with the music if you want. Good. We can do that like this way as well. It's like slow disco dancing. And turn around slowly like this, minding you don't bash anything, and the other way. Now let's do some slow arm circles. And the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and both together. Forward first, as if we're swimming in the bath, and then back the other way. And then both forwards together. Feel the shoulders moving. And back the other way. Oh, yeah, you feel as if you're going to yawn if you want to. And shake yourself down. And now you might want to hold on to the wall for this. Try to bring one leg up high and down again, and up and down. With this particular warm-up exercise, there's always a temptation to lean towards the door like that. If you can try to resist that, then that's good. Just feeling the stretch, and you can do it with the other leg as well. So you can of course do it without holding on to anything if you want to. You can just hold your hand down there and go like that. That's really good for balancing. And now let's bring one knee up. So I'll show you sideways, so I'm like this. Okay. In fact, you can try that. You can try a quarter twist like that. Quarter twist again. Another quarter one. Another quarter one. Try not to fall over. And quarter one back to beginning. That's a bit tricky, that one. Let's try it with the other leg. So let's go this way this time. Quarter twist. Quarter twist. Ooh, nearly fell over there. Quarter twist. And a quarter twist back. Oh, try not to fall over. And put your foot down. So you can of course do it with 2 legs. Then it's much easier like that. But if you try tiptoes, it becomes much harder. But it's still easier than on one leg. Okay, that's us nicely warmed up. So, first thing I want you to have a go at is first to get a toothbrush. So you may want to pause the video briefly while you get a toothbrush. Now we are actually going to go into the bathroom today to do stuff, and well, I'm going to go into my bathroom, assuming it's free, and show you some more stuff. But when you're using a toothbrush, in what we're about to do, it's best not to do it in the bathroom, or if you are, then to make sure the toilet seat is down, because we don't want a toothbrush to fall into the toilet. Nope. So, preferably, if you've got a spare toothbrush, old one, whatever, you get one. And this is an interesting move which uses your little finger. So if I come up closer, so you hang the toothbrush off your little finger like that. Can you see that? So with this arm, it's on the toothbrush is centrally on like that. Okay, we don't want it like that. We want it start in the middle and hang it off your finger there. What we're going to do is we're going to give it a little swing that way first, and then we're going to try and keep it going around in a circle. See what it's like that. Can you see? Now the trick with this is just to go for it. If you do a half-hearted then it's going to fall off, and it works best if you have if you try to make it a small movement. So if you notice my hand when I start it off, oh, I just hit that finger there. When I start it off, I'm not doing a wild, if I move back a bit, I'm not doing a wild, it's just a little movement of the hand. So you can see I've got a few then. I'm going to try it with a different one. Some toothbrushes are easier to do than others. Well, again, that finger got caught. It's best to try to hold those fingers out of the way. Let's try that again. There we are. So it looks really impressive, but you only need a little bit of energy. Can you see how little my hand is moving backwards and forwards to keep it going? So every time the toothbrush comes down at this point, I'm giving it a little, I'm like drawing a teeny weeny circle in the air to keep it, to get it to go over. I let it fall naturally. I give it another oomph. So it's hard to sort of build up the skill in knowing in doing it, but it just needs a bit of practice. So in fact, I'm going to show you doing it on my left hand, okay? Because I'm not sure if we've even tried it on my left hand, so this will be funny. Okay, so put 3 of your fingers down, put your thumb over your fingers so that your little finger stays outside. We want to avoid fingers going in the way like that, okay? Oh, nice to see a friend Olga watching. Hiya. We get the toothbrush. We make sure that the bristles are pointing towards your hand that you're going to be using, and we start centrally and we move it in so it's hanging like that. And then we're going to give it a little oomph first by going that way, and then make it carry on that way. So here we go. And as I suspected, that was quite hard doing it with my left hand. I'm right-handed, and so left hand, doing anything with your left hand always feels a bit weird. So let's try that again. Oh, I got 2 rotations there, I think. So let's try this again. Oh, let's try a different toothbrush. Saves me having to pick that up. Don't know what this one's like. Oh, that's not as good. Let's try this again. So you can see, at first it's hard, but if you just keep on practicing, it'll work. And if you choose your right, the hand that you write with, it's much easier. So I'm going to have one more go with my right hand this time. Oh yeah, so my right hand finds that much easier. Okay. So that's the fun thing to do with the toothbrush. So now at this stage, I've got my duck, and we're going to have a go at going into the bathroom. So follow me. out of the spare room. Here we go. Welcome to my bathroom. It is a standard bathroom. It has a nice window with a view, and there's a bath lurking behind there, etc, etc. Okay, so what we're going to do first with the ducks, so let's zoom, let's go down to quite low level, and most houses, including mine, sorry about that, to lost the wireless symbol. So I'm back. So do not worry about that. So I've just moved back to the spare bedroom. Oh look, I've got a toothbrush on the floor. I wonder where that came from. Okay, so I've got my ducks. In fact, let's move this here. There we are. So it's a bit easy to see. Okay, so I've got my ducks, and we're gonna try to remember the standard pattern for juggling. And if you've never come across the standard pattern, it's called the cascade. If you haven't watched any of my previous videos, then please do go back, have a look at those. But it starts with this. You have one duck one side, one duck the other side, and you have one duck in your hand. Now this can actually be done with any objects. It doesn't have to be ducks, but we're doing it with ducks in it. So here we go. I pass this duck to this side, but there's a duck in the way, so I pick it up, move this one to here, move this one to there, and you just keep on repeating it. Of course, sound effects are optional, and of course I can replace it. Oh, there's Mr. Bun. Etc. And you can do it with lots of the things. So let's try it with Mr. Bunny and Mr. Raccoon, okay? And a duck. So you get the idea. It's a gentle passing pattern. Let's switch back with my ducks. There we are. And this is quite fun to do if you're in the bath. You've got 3 ducks in, you can try to floating them in water and getting this pattern going. Because it just helps reinforce this cascade pattern, which is so useful for all forms of juggling, no matter what you're juggling. Whether you're juggling ducks or more standard balls. So let's put the ducks there so you can hear. You can see you can do this with bean bags and balls as well. It's the same thing, okay? Good. So, and of course, you can, if you want to, have a go at juggling with your ducks, but it can be rather tricky. Oh, let's have another go, because they are weird shapes to watch, to hold. There we go. Whee! Good. So that's that. The next thing. Last thing we're going to finish with is with flannels. Now this is a slightly damp flannel, which gives it a bit of weight. So most people have flannels, okay? If you do this with a dry flannel, you'll find it may not have quite enough weight to make it easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this to be what's called a dappo style. Now let me, I've got one looking, oh yes. So let's raise this up again, going up. Okay, so this is the dappo star. It's 2 squares of material sewn together. This one's got a different design on the back. And what you do is it's like a floppy cloth, but you turn it into a frisbee-like toy by spinning it in the air like that. Okay. So you can do something similar with a flannel. It's a floppy flannel, you can spin it like that. So in the bathroom you can have a go at swapping from one hand to the other, you can pass. If there's two of you, you can have a go at throwing it like a frisbee to each other. Okay, you can do that if you want. If you get really good at it, you can see how long you can keep it up in the air. So you can see this is rather quite tricky. Of course, that can be rather tricky. So you might want to have a go at that. So have a go at passing between hands. You can have a go at passing without spinning it. That's not quite as well. That's easier, but it's not quite as fun. But you can give it a spin. It looks really good. You can also try doing spinning under your leg. Under your legs, go, and you can try holding it with a corner, and you can try flicking it like that to get it a spin going. And then you can do a vertical catching like that. And again, you can do it under your leg if you want. See how many you can do before you drop it. So lots of things you can do with a flannel, and you can try it with a dry flannel, see if that's harder, easier. Again, if you're doing this in the bathroom, make sure there's nothing that you're going to knock over, any perfume bottles, shampoo bottles, etc. So be careful. You may need to find a nice space outside or in another room where there's lots of room, so you're not going to cause any accidents. So to sum up today's session, we learnt how to do the toothbrush spinning on our fingers, like that. We had a go at duck cascade. That could be done with any object. And we had a go at a mini Dapo star. So there's things for you to try throughout the day and have fun with. So thank you very much for joining me. I look forward to our next session tomorrow. And I can't quite remember what I'm doing tomorrow. So I won't tell you now what we're doing because I can't remember. But I'll probably choose another theme thing, like we've had the kitchen on Monday. Today we had the bathroom. I wonder what I'm going to choose tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, nice to see you all. Take care. Bye.